Okay, so shared by the African Fact Zone on their X page saying Africa's most valuable nations brand 2025. Well, my name is Virashi. Welcome to the African Time. We are going to discuss Africa as usual, and today we are going to discuss Africa's most valuable brands in 2025. Yeah, which African country do you think is leading here? I know you have actually saw something quickly or quick on your screens, yeah. Well, you actually have seen or have a notice which country is leading, but to you in the comment section, let me know which country you think is leading there. Okay. Well, let's actually dive inside and see the brand that is top, trending or being top in Africa 2025. Okay. Valuable though, not just trending or being known or being everywhere. Just how valuable are you or you are weight with your trends or your brand. Understand? Let's go. All right, so let's dive inside. Okay, so number one is South Africa. South Africa is having $215 billion, and number two, Nigeria. Nigeria is $151 billion, and number three, Algeria. Algeria having $106 billion, and number four, we have Morocco with $99 billion, and at number five, we have Kenya with $63 billion. Well, source to this information is Brand Finance Report. Okay, well, how are you guys feeling with this one? Well, there you have it. These countries, these are your top five most valuable brands in Africa. Don't forget this in 2025. And the source to this information is Brand Finance Reports. You can check it out on everywhere you want. Just check it out. Just Google it, wherever. Check it out, and you're actually going to find this list there. Okay, very good. Well, this is how valuable some countries are. The top five: one Southern African, one Western African, two Northern African, and then one Eastern African. Okay, pretty cool. Well, that's a nice representation here. But Central Africa had no representation here. But yo, the Northern Africans are doing great, and shout out to South Africa too for leading this one for Africa. That's impressive. Being number one is 215 billion, and number two is 151. The gap is actually huge, but it's actually commendable. You guys are doing great. Hopefully, other African countries can actually man up and then increase their value of their brands, and then they got a lot of things to show for, and then everything works fine for them. Okay, that's impressive. Big shout outs to every country that was listed here. Shout outs to Kenya, shout outs to Morocco, Algeria, shout outs to Nigeria, and then shout outs to South Africa. Big congrats to you guys. You guys are doing wonderfully. Thank you. All right, so this one says, according to Business Insider, this list is correct. South Africa really deserves it, but if not for corruption and mismanagement, Nigeria should have been number one. Okay, that is a Nigerian brother here. He's saying that, well, he has actually found out to seeing that it's correct, but his problem is because of mismanagement and then corruption, Nigeria should have been number one. Well, South Africa deserves his position too. Well, that's his take there. Again, this one says, I'm a South African and we are tired of winning even when we are not competing. This one, we are giving it to Switzerland. Well, that's true though. If you actually dive inside and want to learn or understand Africa and Africa dynamics, you actually know that South Africa is actually doing great. Yeah, you guys are doing wonderfully. Well, ever since I took upon myself to actually do and discuss Africa, and I decided to research, to talk, to find and do some little findings, I've gotten to know that SA, you guys are really doing great. Shout out to you guys. Okay, hopefully you guys get to be more than what you are right now. More blessings, less corruption, more everything in your ways. Okay, yeah, you guys are doing great. Shout out to South Africa though. Well, this one says Kenya, the giants that never chase towns with no oil or gold, but always fighting for his space. One day we shall be there. Well, that's a Kenya. Then, well, let's be honest. Kenya is one country that I'm always proud of. These guys actually have less minerals, but they are doing so wonderfully well. Shout out to Kenya, though. Big ups to Kenya. I actually respect you guys a lot in the Eastern African side. You guys are doing wonderfully marvelously. Shout out to Kenya for this one for sure. Well, this one says most vulnerable nations brands. What does that even mean? Well, my brother, what does that even mean? Well, as this was asked, I actually, to be fair, I wanted to ask Grok. Grok is an AI tool on X that actually is working as a Meta AI or any other AI. That is XAI. And this is what he says about concerning Africa's most valuable brands. He says, yes, the Brand Finance 2025 report confirms South Africa tops Africa's nation's brand value at $115 billion, followed by Nigeria at $151 billion, Algeria $106 billion, Morocco at $99 billion, and Kenya at $63 billion. Solid numbers, straight from the source. Well, that is it. It's actually true though. These guys are actually doing great, and then these are their most valuable their most valuable brands they have. Well, we all know how big South Africa are. They are actually known almost everywhere. Well, if I actually doubting this, let's check about the South African brand. SA's president is actually now the leader for G20 right now. EU recently held a meeting in South Africa. G20 also held a meeting in South Africa recently too. South Africa is actually having or has manned up enough to sue or taking Israel to court concerning genocide behavior between Israel and Philippines. South Africa is the only country doing this, bro. Do you know that how influential it is? And also recently, I would say that one of the few countries that are giving His Excellency Donald Trump headaches is South Africa too. They are actually not making Trump actually have a good night. He is actually dreaming every day about South Africa. Now you know why South Africa have the most valuable brands. Yeah, they're actually known. One of the biggest country that you can never forget to mention when you are talking about Africa for sure. And for Nigeria too, who doesn't know Nigeria, bro? Don't tell me you don't know Nigeria. Nigeria is known for sports, for entertainment, for movies. The Nigerian music industry is actually the second largest music industry. The Nigerian movie too is actually the second largest movie industry too. Bro, who doesn't know Nigeria? Nigeria is whoever they think they are. So basically, these two countries, I can justify for a fact that they deserve their two spot they are right now. Hopefully, you understand the point. Well, my name is Vidawashi. This African Time. I was actually here to give you some little enlightenment and also discuss Africa with you and let you guys know what is happening in Africa and how some other countries or African countries are doing so greatly well concerning some developments in Africa. This African Time. Thank you for your time.